A half-century has passed since Earth began moving its burgeoning population into gigantic, orbiting space colonies. A new home for mankind, where people are born and raised and die.
Engaging enemy fleet.
Due to the use of Minovsky particles which render radar and other electronic warfare useless, wars were now fought in close combat. The humanoid weapons developed for this close combat warfare were called mobile suits. The only certainty was that with every beautiful twinkle in the sky, dozens or even hundreds of lives would become stardust in outer space. Who will survive?
Hello there, folks. Doc Martin Easy here again with a more upbeat video game than just point-and-click adventures. Here we have Stellaris, and the reason why I'm bringing this up is because there's a very good mod that sadly doesn't have a very big footprint on YouTube. And this mod, if you can't guess by what I'm dressed up as, is a Movavi Gundam mod. So let's... Oh, okay, here we go. So as you can see, here is the Movavi Gundam mod. This is a custom nation right here, but when you download the mod from the Steam Workshop, and I'll have a link in the description below, you get these 5 nations. You get these 5 nations. You get the Earth Federation, personal favorite. The Titans, if you want to be oppressive against the Space Noids. The Principality Zeon, and if you really wanted to play as a student of Hitler, Garen Zabi here, freaking clown. Or the heir of Zeon, Shar Aznavour, you play as him. And if you want to get it, you play as Haman. Now, as you can see from when I was clicking through, they have custom ship sets. Now, I'll be going over the Earth Federation, which I actually did a playthrough as the Earth Federation, of course. But I will say this, the mod, it was originally designed as a purely Zeon, and then they added more stuff to it. It used to be, a year ago, they were OP, but now it's more balanced. And I'll talk more about that later on. But let us go over to one of my save games. Load that bad boy up and see what we're dealing with. Now, I believe I have all ship sets unlocked, including the Titans, so should be able to enjoy this. So if you're looking for a tall strategy, this mod might be for you, because when you start off in the game, depending upon which side you are on, it doesn't matter, but you'll get these habitats free of charge. You don't have to build them, they're just there, right? And as you can see, it's a custom model based off the Island 3 colony types. And they're pretty damn good. You didn't have to build these. You don't need Voidborn, Ascension perk. But if you want to build more, you're going to need it. But, like I said, if you wanted to have a tall strategy, like I'm doing right now, well, as tall as you can get. This is mid-game, and my empire is pretty tiny compared to the rest. And I have a lot of resources, or I have a good amount of resources coming in. Right now, you can see right here that I've built more sides, if you will, namely the Demius system. Right? So you can build them. You don't just get them. But later on, as you get perks, you're able to build these unique colonies. I thought that was pretty cool. They didn't have to do that, but they did. But you're more interested in what do they have for ship set. Well, let's look at the first fleet. Zoom out these bad boys. Let's get rid of that. So as you can see, there you go, that's a better look. You get a couple core Corvette types. I think these are custom design. And they're pretty cool. Pretty dang cool. You got your standard Psalmist classes. And you got your Psalmist Kais or refit models. You can zoom in. Alright, the mobile suit carrying design variants of the Psalmist. And of course you got your Magellans, which when I first saw this design it kind of threw me off because I knew it was a Magellan, but I hadn't seen it until I saw Origins, and then I was like, oh, they used the updated design, so that was pretty cool. But if you want to go for a more old school design, which fleet has? I think it's a 4 fleet. Yeah. If you want to go for a more classic design, here's the old school Magellan. Now this is a Titan, so it's got like a particle beam here, or there's no model for it, but whatever. If you want to go a little more old school, here you go. And the ships. So what you will notice, I'll go into the battleship, that you can use mega particle cannons. And you're able to deploy mobile suits. Now, I used to be back in the day, this model was super OP. Like, mega particle cannons were, like, you didn't need any other weapon type. All you needed was mega particle cannons, and I had like 30k fleet power groups just wiping out 70k, mainly because the mega particle cannons had a ridiculous range. They still do have a ridiculous range, 110. The larger variants have 120, so maximum range. And they were OP. They were able to strip shields, but as you can see here, it's a little more balanced. If you try to attack a ship that's heavy on shields, it'll be like the Earth-Russia fleet trying to attack the big Zom. The beams will just bounce off. So you have to have a mixed fleet, and that's why you see these Corvette types armed with Stormfire autocannons and flak artillery. And I think my cruiser variants have missiles. Yep, they're armed with torpedoes. And they're able to launch the UC Gundam, Stars Counterattack era gems, the Gigans. So yeah, doing pretty good. So yeah, I just wanted to showcase this mod off a little bit. As you can kind of see, base of the planets, sprites are all taken from the series. All of the series, like all UC era pretty much. Hell, they even have some unicorn sprites there. I don't know if I can find it, it'll probably take too long. But yeah. Yeah, hell, even, let's look at the construction ship. Yeah, when we watch Thunderbolt, you'll recognize this class of ship. And then the science ships, they're just refitted Psalmist class ships that have been added modules onto it, which actually makes sense. You use what ships you got, slap hyperdrive on it, send it out. So it's very good. And also, even the armies are OP. Like, let's look at the stat cards, right? Here's a standard assault army, right? Damage 2.32 to 4.65, yeah. And then health is 200, morale, upkeep. Watch the mobile suit army that you're able to build. Yeah, the upkeep is less, right, by 0.2. And look at the damage. The damage is it's freaking ridiculous. It's twice, like, base level more than twice. And that is like low level damage. And the health is out, it's 5 times more than a regular assault army. So invasions as any of the Gundam Universe units that you might use, ridiculous. You'd just be stomping noobs left and right. It'd be like Side 2 and Side 4 all over again. But yeah, it's a pretty good mod. Alright, folks, and with that, I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.